Welcome, everyone, to Beauty and the Surgeon podcast. I'm Amy. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, and I'm joined today, as always, by my very minty co-host.
Yes,
Do you know why I'm calling you minty, Dr. Martin?
I have no idea, but I feel it.
It's because it is mid-March, and you have mentioned before that you and your family love the Shamrock Shake.
Love it.
Which is mint.
Yes.
Yes. What day
it's the only time we go to McDonald's. I mean, I'm embarrassed to admit it. We don't go to McDonald's any other time.
What day is St. Patrick's Day this year?
It's always...
Sunday?
So yeah, this is coming out 2 days before, so it's not too late. If you've not gotten your Shamrock Shake, go get your Shamrock Shake on. Go to McDonald's.
Arguably is one of my favorite holidays, but is it even a holiday anymore?
It's kind of like Valentine's Day. It's kind of just a celebration of something weird.
Yes.
Yeah. When does the Final Four start?
In a couple weeks, yeah.
Well, there you go. See, there's exciting things coming.
It's the conference tournaments coming up.
And it's almost the spring equinox. Like, there's awesome things. I always say in March, anything is possible.
And March is actually usually pretty good in Denver.
Yes.
So.
Well, either that or it's like straight
snowing.
chaos.
Yeah, it's straight chaos.
Yes. It's, you know,
it's schizophrenic.
It's 40 inches of snow overnight and then it's 80.
It's completely bipolar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Biggest blizzards, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a huge blizzard and then the snow's all gone the next day.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So, board certified plastic and reconstructive surgeon.
Yep.
Dr. Martin, this is a great episode. But before we get into that, if you are listening to this podcast and you'd like to watch it, and if you'd like to be featured on it, I'm going to tell you that as well.
Wow.
You can find all of our social media handles here. This is listener questions and comments. And I did not put the comments in here. One person commented a number of times that they don't like the banter and they want us to get to the meat of the episode. And I reminded them that there are timestamps
And chapters.
in the description box below. So if you don't want to listen to this, just skip the intro.
And feel free, like in YouTube, you can like zoom in. So you can zoom off my face and over to Amy's face because she's the beauty. If you just hate looking at my dumb face.
And he's the surgeon. But more
I'm
importantly,
the surgeon, just so you know.
yes, if you find our banter annoying, just skip ahead.
Yeah.
Like no harm, no foul.
And I'll admit it. I annoy Amy sometimes. She annoys me.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there's sometimes that happens.
Lots and lots.
So we feel you, listener.
Yeah, someone did put that someone put that as a comment once that I was annoying, and I'm like, oh, you have no idea.
Oh, the best comment I like, which was completely and utterly critical toward me, which was awesome. And it was like, Jesus, just let her talk. It was so good. And I was like, yeah, I know how that feels sometimes, man.
Yeah. Well, but then that you got to counterbalance that with the person who said I was annoying. I'm like, yeah, if you think I'm annoying on the podcast, like.
Let's just see her in person.
Exactly. Like I am a lot of things, but I realize I am quite annoying.
Yes.
So I apologize.
But we love her.
But today we are answering your questions. If you would like to be featured on the next episode, leave us a comment.
Yeah, you could be famous.
Or a question. You can also send me a text message or leave me a voicemail. There are no voicemails this time, but you can do that. And if you go back and listen to some of our previous questions from listeners, we got good voicemails. 303-630-9038. Without further ado, Dr. Martin, let's jump into the questions from you, the listeners.
Love it.
All right. This first one was from Emily100, and it was on episode 41.
Wow.
Yeah. We're on episode 189. This was from episode 41, which was supplementation around surgery. What about Delta 8 and Delta 9 gummies?
I have no idea what those are.
Those are, they're THC. Delta 8
THC.
is a specific one for sleep. But
But they have THC in them. Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
these are both THC. And the key word here for me is gummies. I am good with gummies. Check with your surgeon. But for us, those are totally fine. You don't want to mix them with heavy pain medications and or suppressants. So you don't want to double down on your downers. So if you're taking something like Valium, I would not recommend taking Delta 8. You got to pick. So clear these with your doctor first.
Always clear everything with your doctor. We're not giving you medical advice, but THC, orally taken, not inhaled, so I guess consumed orally, would be totally fine in our office.
Yeah, with us. Yeah, so great question, Emily. Thank you. And thank you for watching one of our older episodes.
Yeah.
And I apologize that everything, the camera, the us,
Everything.
Not that we're great now, but we're definitely better now than we were.
Now.
It's so embarrassing to go. I'm sure everyone has that feeling, Nils.
I mean, the content is so good. I love going back and just listening.
The content was excellent. So I think we were right on the money with that. It's just the delivery was a little shaky.
Yeah, our budget and equipment got a little better.
That's true, too.
It's like, we were just kind of we were building the plane as we were flying it. So.
That's true. Yes, we were.
We had a functioning wing and a motor.
We had the motor. So our next one is from one of my favorite listeners because Sheila McCurley.
7084. I remember her.
Yeah. So if you go back and listen to our top 5 of 2024, Sheila left an awesome comment on one of our videos talking about aging and longevity. So if you did not listen to the top 5, Oh, Sheila asked the best question ever. And this is also a great question. I'm going to let you answer it, Dr. Martin, but I'm going to read it. So this is from episode 183, Everything You Need to Know About Liposuction, Part 2. Will the percentage of fat on your abdomen determine whether or not you are a candidate for liposuction?
In some ways, yes, but in reality,
there has to be some.
It has to be some, yeah. So, but I don't think there's a set percentage. Like if you have 30% extra or 40% extra, really, it's more of a case per case basis. You're looking at the contour, and if you have pockets of fat that are clearly resistant and you're at a stable weight to diet and exercise, liposuction is 100% indicated, assuming you're medically okay for it.
One thing you didn't mention, Dr. Martin, which I know BMI, I talk about how bad it is, but stable weight, normal BMI.
Yeah. And the BMI cutoff we have for plastic surgery usually is around 30. BMI can overestimate most likely, but underestimate sometimes. And so around 30 is probably the way you want to go. So, but the way you look at liposuction is less about the percentage and more about the distribution. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's the way you look at it. So percentage would be percentage in this surface area. But
it's not really meaningful.
It does not really meaningful. It's more about, is there, and that is more of a visual and a tactile evaluation. Is there fat accumulation in this area that is not commensurate with the person's body contour?
Or they just don't like it.
Right. That's another thing. But like, fat around the belly button that's more than other places. Fat on the flanks, on the upper and lower abdomen. So really it's more of a sculptural kind of three-dimensional evaluation, less of fat percentage. And so, Amy, what would give you fat percentage in a certain area? I guess a DEXA scan, maybe?
Yeah, a DEXA scan would tell you.
But
that's telling you in your total body fat. And again, that's my point about being at a normal body fat percentage is more key here.
Yeah.
Not
what
the
is a
distribution.
Normal body fat percentage for an average American?
I don't know for an average American, but what a healthy body fat percentage for a woman is going to be, for menstruating women, you want to be somewhere in the 20 to 30% are going to be your broad ranges. Most women are going to have some issues with menstruation. If they get a lot under 18, 15%, they're probably going to lose their period. Most women, you see this in athletes, and really being above 30 for a woman is going to be too much. For men, it's much lower. Men can maintain a body fat percentage of around, I would say, 8 to 15 healthfully. They get much above 20, 25, like they're pushing too fat.
So I definitely need to
over fat.
Cut down a little bit because he had me so high in my caloric intake and that kind of stuff. And he's doing that now. And I got this new scale and it said my body fat percentage was 17%, but it was so inaccurate. I was like, how are you estimating this?
Well, but that would be healthy. Yes.
I may be 17. I'm just saying, but how is a scale estimating? It's not.
It's not. I wouldn't trust any of those things.
So for a body fat percentage, just while we're on this topic, I'm sorry, I don't want to belabor the point. What is the best way to, besides a DEXA scan, which costs a lot of money?
They're actually not. You get DEXA for $75.
Okay. So if you don't want to schedule a DEXA scan, is there any other thing that works pretty well? Like those.
It's called the eye test.
Okay. Or your pants, how they fit test.
It's more the eye test. I mean, you can look at your body and see,
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean, truthfully, that's what I'd say. I mean, I wouldn't, calipers or something like that.
Or the Zozo, whatever the things you hold with electrical impedance.
Those are pointless.
Okay.
Yeah. Like an in-body. I mean, maybe an in-body only if it's a really good one and it's really consistent. Even that's just giving you a trend or a range. I mean, again, if you are to the point where like 1% of body fat is the difference between you being a candidate for liposuction and not, there's a deeper conversation to be had there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But specifically for the location itself, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question, Sheila. As always. Love it.
Way to go, Sheila.
Yes. Next one was actually from the short that you guys were talking about prior to when we started recording of the BodyTite of the outer thighs. This was from Elizabeth 1307. And she asked, can you have BodyTite done for a second time if the results aren't satisfactory?
You sure can.
Well, but yes. Here's the issue with their satisfactory is such a trick word to put this because some people will literally never be satisfied.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So in terms of self-perception, evaluation of results, for sure, BodyTite may not solve that equation.
And if you need it again, what has happened? Have you gained weight in that area? Why was the area not just treated efficiently the first time?
So, I mean, this question needs a lot more qualifiers.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
if you're trying to use BodyTite as a way to lose weight and to continue to keep having liposuction to like debulk an area repeatedly,
that's not going to work.
That's what I mean. Then I would say no. I mean, could you? Yes, but what's
we have done a
happening
case
here?
of BodyTite where people have had small residual pockets, and we've gone back with BodyTite again to make it slightly better. So touch-up liposuction with BodyTite in a previous BodyTite case. Now, they had good results. They were happy with the results, but we thought we could make it a little better with an in-office little touch-up procedure.
Well, and most of the time when we're doing a touch-up, it doesn't need BodyTite. It's because it's so tiny. You know, you're just touching up a little bit of irregularity in the fat distribution. They don't need additional skin tightening.
And at least in our office, when we do BodyTite, I can't even think of a redo where we did the whole area again.
Oh, never.
So if you're going to go to someone who focuses on liposuction like us, they're going to most likely be pretty aggressive. They're not going to leave a lot of fat on the table, basically, so to speak.
Right. And if they have, like, they're again, like, what happened here? And then again, is the issue just that you are not satisfied and you actually have a good result?
And if she's commenting on that video, which is really good because I spin the lady around before and afterwards, you can really see the results. Some of the things that people want from liposuction, they're not going to get. Resolution of cellulite, not going to happen. Tightening of the skin. So BodyTite, best case scenario, tightens the skin 30%.
It does not remove skin.
Yeah. So that's a body lift or something else. And so a lot of times people say, well, can I have more results with BodyTite? No, what you want is really a different surgery.
Right. Doing BodyTite again is not going to give you double the result from the skin tightening component.
But if the patient went to someone else, they did an inadequate liposuction, even with BodyTite, I could do more BodyTite in the same area. Yeah. Sorry, Nils, go ahead.
No, do you think they also could be asking, since it's with assisted electrolysis, right? Is with BodyTite, is she maybe asking that if you do that to the skin and then you do it again, may it damage the skin?
Well, no, that's why I said they think it's going to double their results, like get them additional skin tightening, which at some point it will not.
But would it also, could it hurt you? Could it could it damage your skin?
If you went in again quickly, I mean, you
need time for that.
We've seen it
to recover from that.
This is really evidenced by the old school treatments with cellulase or smart lipo, because the lasers were pretty destructive. Radio frequency. So it's just to be very specific. BodyTite is radio frequency energy. Is definitely a little more safe. But I did see a patient recently who was the BodyTite treatment was too aggressive, and she had distortion of her skin and full thickness burns to her skin in all 4 quadrants of her abdomen.
It was devastating. Oh my goodness! And and then she went back to the same doctor. They tried to fix it with more BodyTite and made it even worse. And this person needed a tummy tuck.
Yeah, and then had to go back with a tummy tuck and fix everything.
Yes, like the most salient thing you have said in a long time, and you say many salient things, that you want what you want is not more BodyTite. You need a different surgery. Mm-hmm. And that is where the satisfactory component of this comes in.
Yep.
Your results may never be satisfactory if what you are trying to get is a tummy tuck with liposuction.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Yeah. But hey, good question, Elizabeth 1307.
And it makes sense. Like even Nils had follow-up questions. Like this question makes sense.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yes. So it was a great question. That's a great video. Yeah. All right. Bird Doggy 1. This was also on the same video. On the YouTube short of the outer thighs.
When I was in residency, I used to say to the interns, can you go bird dog this? And if they weren't from the South, they had no idea what I was talking about.
Oh, that's like a common term. Bird dog. You're passing it off. You're punting.
Yeah, you get go bird dog it. Yeah.
Nils, do you know what that means?
No.
Bird dog? Maybe I knew what that meant. It's a common in the military.
Well, yeah, military, football, and South. None of those things are.
That's what happens when you have an engineering. So you mean when Dr.
Martin,
the West Coast? Yeah.
When I first started working for Dr. Martin, he'd always say like, punt it. Like, and now I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a hard punt. And I'll even do that like sometimes to Catherine. I'll come walk by and like do the punt, the kick, like
Southern colloquialisms. Colloquialism. I can't even say the word now because I'm Amy. I'm turned into Amy. Or some of the best things ever. You know, they're so sweet.
Yes.
But bird dog is definitely.
That's a military. It's a hard military too.
And there literally are bird dogs. That's what a Labrador Retriever is.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Hunting.
You shoot a bird and it grunts and gets it without eating it.
That's a bird dog.
Yeah. Okay. So it just references.
Just watch The Crown. Okay. I mean, that's basically what they have.
Another thing, not really mine.
Not your thing. So this was actually not a question. This was more of a statement, I guess. That's not true. But Bird Doggy 1 said, can't find any stories of plastic surgeons undergoing BodyTite themselves. It would improve my confidence in the technology if I knew the surgeons who really knew this technology used it for themselves. I know plenty of plastic surgeons who have had BodyTite.
I have not had BodyTite.
You don't need it though.
But I would do it. I would do BodyTite. So Bird Doggy 1.
Yeah. If you needed it,
you're looking at one.
100%.
And I would fly to New York to the guys who invented the stuff and who are my friends, and I would have them do it.
Yeah. Sign me up. Yep.
And it would be on a Saturday because they're not taking their weekday, and then they would curse my name the whole time because I'm making them work on a Saturday.
We have done BodyTite on so many different types of doctors. We've done it on plastic surgeons. We've done it on gynecologists. We've done it on a neurosurgeon.
Done a general surgeon.
Heart surgeon.
Yeah.
The heart surgeon was the guy who had to pee during the case.
Yeah, that's true. So it's so funny too, because it was success in this, in your respective fields, you tend to get a lot of people in the healthcare field. Mm-hmm. So we've had tons of nurses, CRNAs, scrub techs. The scrub tech was one of the first patients we used one of these devices on. I'll never forget that case. He was a scrub tech at AVH at Aspen. And doctors primarily are the worst patients you could ever have. And they like coming to me because they know, quote unquote, I'm an expert in certain things. And I've done it on tons of surgeons.
Yeah.
So you could take my word for it.
Yep. Yeah, there are plenty of, and just because people are not putting that out on the internet does not mean that they're not having it done. I get that might be confusing to people who think that everything they read online is real. But
well, the other part of it is, and this is true, okay? So as the provider, an ethical board certified surgeon, you're kind of taught not to put your stuff out there. Like you want to keep some sort of barrier there to keep it very professional. I know that's changed. This whole era has changed.
Yeah, social media has changed.
And you do have some surgeons that are putting like all these pictures of their family, the fact that they had indigestion in the morning.
Putting less of that out there.
Right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like them hiking up a mountain, which has nothing to do with their work. And I'm totally fine with that. But that historically, that has not, you were dissuaded from doing that just for professional purposes. Yeah. So what we're doing is the closest I come to that. Where like when you hear me speak right now, I am telling you exactly how I feel, my life experiences, and I let some of my personality out. If I had had surgery, I would probably say it in this venue.
We actually have an episode where we talk about you having surgery when you had your hernia repair. When doctors need doctors.
That's true.
Ding that in.
Here.
When doctors need doctors.
Yeah. Inguinal hernia repair. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, bird doggy.
Because it does happen. But I mean, would anyone be able to find that online other than our podcast episode about it? No. Is that a conversation we have when I tell people the general surgeon we're referring them to, will I sometimes say it's the doctor, the surgeon who did Dr. Martin's hernia? Yeah. Like to give them extra confidence.
Yeah. And you've had surgery and you've talked about it and you've talked to patients about it too.
I'm dying to have LASIK. Every time one of our patients comes in and says they have LASIK, I'm like, tell me everything you know.
I know.
So I get it. I get that desire to want to hear that firsthand experience and wanting, and it does make me nervous. Okay. So bird doggy one, you know what is one of the things that holds me back from getting LASIK? The fact that when you go into the eye doctor, they're all wearing glasses.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why haven't you guys done this?
It's like going to the plastic surgeon and everyone's like has all these big fat pockets that could easily be liposuctioned.
Right.
But why are they walking like they seem of normal weight, but their bellies are just terrible. Why would they not get a tummy tuck or liposuction?
Oh, well, I've had people say that to me like, oh, why don't you have them do lipo on you? With this kind of like about them. I'm like, I could have it if I wanted. Like we all make choices.
Again, on a Saturday, not during the week.
Exactly, on a day off. But I get it, bird doggy. I understand why that would be something that would hold you back. But don't let it. BodyTite has been around for a very long time now. Yeah. It's well tested.
We're very pro BodyTite. Other things will come out. Nothing better has come out yet.
Yeah, not yet. So. It's great. I mean, if you need lipo.
If you don't want it, don't do it.
Exactly. Yeah, there's other technologies that,
Life's too short.
Yeah.
Go to Bora Bora.
Find Vaser. Yeah. All right. This is a little bit longer one. It's an update.
Cactus RNY Journey 5376. I wish I knew what that stood for.
Yeah. Yeah. So, RNY, it's from her weight loss.
RUNY. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And that's what she abbreviates her name.
What a brilliant name. I love this.
So this was actually a comment on one of our episodes from listener questions.
Episode
it's 183.
It's Kinda.
Yes, it's Kinda.
From Nashville. I know her.
The caller from Nashville. I
love her.
Yes. Yeah. I had my upper body lift, bra line, back lift, and mastopexy the day before Thanksgiving and doing great so far. I know that pain is individual, but the pain has been minimal for me, which with these procedures, it usually is pretty minimal. I have only taken one pain pill right after I got home and have managed well on Tylenol for the rest of the time, which is so true. People don't get the type of analgesia that they expect from pain meds. They're just not worth it in most cases.
It just makes you feel like terrible. Gives you headaches, you get stopped up, you're constipated.
Yeah, opioids are not all they're cracked up.
They're not great.
I think I'm going to be very happy with my results. Going back to work in office. She's a nurse practitioner in a private practice.
Yeah, she's an MP. I remember that. Yeah.
Tomorrow, 5 days post-op, which is incredible. The joys of being self-employed.
Yeah, I feel you, Kenda.
Love it, Kenda. Thank you for the update.
You can tell Bird Doggy won. That's why I haven't had BodyTite, because Amy would force me to be back at work in 3 days because we're too busy. That's awesome. Super happy for her.
Yeah. So cool. And this was, remember, we were having the conversation of whether or not she was talking about a bra line plasty or a body lift.
Yeah, and I was correct. Yep. I want to say I was correct.
Yeah, which is awesome. But when someone says back lift, it's, you think like, I know what part of the back.
Look, she's from my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I know Kenda. I know Nashville. I'm from Kentucky. I know what she had.
Yeah, I love it. So thank you so much for the update, Kenda. I really appreciate it.
And I hope her name truly is Kenda, not Kendra. It was just misspelled. Did you write this?
She wrote this.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You copy and pasted
I did copy and paste this. She wrote this.
Because if her name's Kendra and we're calling Kenda, Kenda's like a cooler name, by the way.
Well, she also left us a voicemail.
That's right.
But she said she was a caller from Nashville. So,
yes.
Yeah. So, all right. Next question is from Sherry B8349, which was on episode 170. And there's a bunch. So there are many comments from this one specific episode, which I found so fascinating. Episode 170, Everything You Need to Know About Breast Reduction, Part 2. Mm-hmm. How do you know what size post-op bra to purchase? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for us, the way we would answer this is the post-op bras that we recommend are actually, they're very accommodating to size changes, depending on the extent of your reduction. The bras we recommend are just sized like small, medium, large, extra large, like that kind of thing. So I usually tell people go based on your band size.
And it's like on Amazon, right? They're not expensive. They're
not. I mean, a 4-pack of them is like $40.
Yeah. So this idea that you have to go to Marina, which we like, some of these companies, and spend $150 on a bra is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Ludicrous.
But knowing what size to purchase can be challenging. And there are times I'll tell people, like, order the normal size you would get, order one size down. Or if we're doing like a really large reduction.
Now we're getting into my wife's arbitrage. She'll order 3 different sizes and like all these boxes show up and sends it back.
Well, because it is important that it fits well. But the big thing is, and this is why we recommend the bra we do, is because it's really more based about your band size. So as long as it fits you around, the cup is going to be really accommodating to adjust to your breasts going down. Sometimes though, like as your breasts reduce in size from swelling, that's why I'll usually tell people order your size you are now and then one size down, because as your inflammation goes down, you're going to feel more comfortable in the smaller one. And but talk to your surgeon. If you're doing a very, very big reduction versus a more moderate reduction, that might be different. And that's going to be different based on the type of bra they recommend. But if you're going with one that is like that small, medium, large kind of scenario, go with your band size first over cup size.
Yeah. And if you want to know what we use, reach out to Amy. She'll send it to you.
Yeah. Well, I can always, I gave Sarah the link for the pillow system because that's coming up. I can send her the link for the bras as well. So it can be linked in the description box below.
Right. We're not sponsored by these people.
No, it's Amazon. Yeah. All right. This is the same episode. This is from AD03DH. I have no idea what that means. What would you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Hi.
DH is designated hitter in my world, but
that's probably not what it is.
You don't think it's a professional baseball player?
I don't think so, based on your question. Right. Maybe. This was such a great question. So, hi. Do you think the seatbelt would aggravate it, so avoid driving if possible for a longer time due to that? I'm a 36H and going in less than a week. Big breasts affect ability to work a full day or even go out after work because I can only wear a bra for a certain number of hours and then need to lay down and can't wait to take it off. Right?
I mean, how devastating.
I hope the reduction helps with this symptom too, which I really hope that it did, because at this point she's had surgery. But we've not ever had a patient ask us specifically about the seatbelt. And what I told her was that, no, in our experience, it does not. Like there's drive, as soon as you're cleared to drive, like the seatbelt, you can even, if it's feeling like it is, this is where my Squishmallow comes into play. And they make these little covers that go on seatbelts too. They're like lamb's wool. They're like you would for like a baby's car seat, that kind of strap. I mean, but we've not ever had that be an issue because where the seatbelt kind of goes, it's
goes over the upper pole in the left breast and then the lower pole at the right. So it usually kind of misses the more important areas.
Yeah, and it's diffuse across the area. It's not like it's putting like really hard pressure on that area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would not. I mean, as soon as you're cleared to drive. So
designated hitter AD03, if you had your surgery, we would love to know if it helped.
Yeah.
And that would be really, really good for other people considering breast reduction. This is a great video on breast reduction.
Well, she watched it.
Oh, okay.
This is on our breast reduction
Nels
episode.
is going to show you which one it is that she commented on. But I think that it's really a transformative surgery and can be life-changing. So if you're listening to this, please, give us an update on how you're doing.
What you should do is go back also and listen to our top 5 because we have an update from our woman who was bashing her boobs on the doorway.
She was the best.
She got a breast reduction and is so happy.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Her breast proprioception was dysfunctional. Like she would go into a room and her boobs would bump into everything.
We do love updates.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much. That's a great question. But as soon as you're cleared to drive from a safety standpoint, medication standpoint, seatbelt's not going to do any damage.
No.
Yep. This is also same episode. This is Julia Prime AU. So I'm assuming Australia. 8578. Love that. Australian listener. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am a 22-year-old with 34H breasts, and after watching this, I feel ready to go into my consultation.
Yes.
Informed enough to understand what the surgery
this pumps me up, man.
And what I should expect from my surgeon.
And her whole life's going to be better. This is great.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that's why we do these long episodes about surgery and why I break them into 2 parts. We have those questions to bring to your surgery. I mean, at 22, that's a big decision.
A huge decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's an H decision. It's huge.
I know. Yeah. I know. Yeah. But I have a 19-year-old and she's just really becoming mature now. So it's so wonderful to get some of the text.
She's how old?
19.
She's 20.
Almost 20.
Well, I mean, basically, by the time this episode comes out, she'll be less than 6 weeks away.
That's true.
You got to just start saying, be like my dad. He'd always just change our ages at the beginning of the year.
I don't want to. It's too much.
I'm just trying to get you, I'm trying to make you say it out loud.
Yeah.
Trust me, when my pseudo child turned 21, I still can't with that.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny because they're so mature and she has these eloquent things she texts me. And then inevitably comes the 19-year-old emotional comment. I'm like, oh my God, we still got work to do. So, but I think 22 is a really good age where you can make that decision. I think you're mature enough. You've had life experiences. You have empowerment. You're probably autonomous in some way.
And you watched our podcast, so you feel prepared.
Good job. Yeah. And if you're in Australia, I mean, Aussies are awesome too.
Great breast surgeons down there too.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. Congratulations and thank you for watching. Yay. All right. Love this question. We get to give a shout out. So this is still from the same episode. This is all still from breast reduction part 2.
That's Olivia.
Yes. Let me ask the question. Then you can talk about who she is.
Oh my God.
So this was from Vinti Kumar, FR7CR. Most informative and evidence-based podcast on the topic I've ever come across. Thank you, Dr. Martin. 2 exclamation points.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we thank Amy? Because she drags me in here to talk. Okay. All right.
Unfortunately,
I think we need to thank Amy and Nils.
You can thank me too. Otherwise, you'd just be in the room talking to yourself.
Exactly.
Oh man, don't make us.
And Sarah.
We did that once, Nils. It was terrible. Don't make us go back to 2020.
But that's awesome.
It was awful. Unfortunately, I cannot travel to Denver. Fair.
That's okay.
Can you please suggest a surgeon for breast reduction for someone who wants to go from a 34H, we're seeing a theme here, to a 34D in Georgia, Tennessee, or North Florida area?
And we do have a surgeon in Tennessee. So are you going to tell the story?
I'm going to let you tell it.
You tell it better. Do the backstory on this. So we were in Aspen. That's where Amy and I met. And Amy started working with me in 1974.
Yeah, basically. In the olden times.
Yeah.
When we took wagons to work.
We would take horses to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one day I get a phone call from a person who said that they are in Aspen for the summer and that they are considering going to medical school. And they would like to come in and interview Dr. Martin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, perfect, I'll set that up. So I set up a lunch for this sweet little thing named Olivia.
Yeah,
she went by Livy.
Awesome.
At the time, she went by Livy. And she showed up and she was this cute little redhead. And
by the way, extremely intelligent.
Oh yeah, she took the MCATs. She was going to medical school.
But she went undergrad Wake Forest or someplace like that on the East Coast. I can't remember where.
Yeah, she's all East Coast.
Yeah.
So she went to lunch with Dr. Martin, and then she and I were chatting. And at the time, my front desk person had just quit. And I said, I know you're only here for the summer, but I am in need of a front desk person. I said, it would be a great experience if you're looking to, kind of learn more about what it's like to work in a doctor's office. You want to work here for the summer? And she said, yes. So we got to have Livy in our office for the whole summer, which was
She was our
awesome.
front desk person.
And she was fantastic at it.
And then when she got done with the summer, I said, do you still want to go to medical school? She goes, not only do I want to go to medical school, I definitely want to be a plastic surgeon. I go, well, that's a long way away.
And now she's been in private practice for some amount of time.
Yes, and she's doing very well. She's in Tennessee.
Because we are old.
Yeah, we are old. But that's okay. So
you too will be old one day.
So she would be a wonderful referral. She's at a great practice there in Nashville. I don't remember the name of it, but you just have to Google her.
I linked it. So it is in the description box below.
Yeah. So we would highly recommend her. There's also amazing plastic surgeons in Georgia and definitely, obviously Florida. Yep. So these are 3 great places. I'm not sure. Maybe you just live on the borders of these states or whatever. Any one of these would be great places to go. Atlanta, Nashville, and then Florida. There's multiple places where there's great surgeons.
I'd be careful with Florida.
Yeah, there's some really good surgeons in Florida.
Yeah,
Georgia, actually, Atlanta is a hotbed for some of the nation's top plastic surgeons. The practice I think Olivia joined actually.
Dr. Madan.
No. McGann. You mean he did?
Madan, that's her.
No, no.
Dr. Madan.
Dr. Madan. Yeah, sorry. I'm not going to go into it. It's a famous plastic surgeon for breast surgery. So she originally joined that practice. So there's so many different options. And that's the cool thing about plastic surgery. We get people who want to fly out all the time. I'm like, why would you fly out when you got this wonderful city over there with amazing surgeons? So hopefully you get to see Olivia.
Yes, she's wonderful. And if you do go see Dr. Madan, please tell her we said hi.
Yeah, tell her we said hello.
Yep. Yay. All right. This comment I loved. So this was from Samantha Wood Hull, 5372. People, why does everybody have to put numbers in their username? Like, I don't know why you do this to me. This was from episode 149, Mommy Makeover Myths. We're talking about the myth busting episodes. I love this comment so much. When I got it, I read it out to Catherine immediately. I am a seamstress and I am getting a mommy makeover. I refer to it as birthday suit altering, skin tailoring. Her birthday suit alteration.
Yeah, I love it. It's really good.
Nice.
I love that.
Yeah. There's a little more to it. Like we're not just, okay. This is kind of hitting me wrong. We do the deeper layers too. The muscle.
Well, you think when you make a dress, it's just one layer?
Okay, well, don't get me. I'm not a
wedding dress.
Yeah, I don't do these things.
Oh my goodness, there's many layers.
Yeah, I'm not a seamster or seamstress.
A seamstress, as Samantha Woodhull is. Do you think Woodhull is one word, or is it Wood? Like, is that like she's Samantha Wood hyphen Hull, or is she Samantha Woodhull?
I think Woodhull
is one word.
That's kind of a cool name.
I like it, Woodhull.
Yeah. Very pilgrimy.
Well, it's not HAUL.
Like the beginning of the country.
Woodhull, not Hull.
No, I know.
Yeah. So it's not like Woodhull. It's Woodhull.
That's not crazy. People come over, they change the way their last name is spelled. Woodhull is her name.
Yeah.
I've decided this.
I like it.
Okay.
And birthday suit alteration is just the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Right? I love that.
So I love we've had people that do this for a living as my patients. We've had hair stylists, people that are more artistic using their hands, and they always relate it to their job, which I just find so fun and fascinating.
Well, but you would do the same.
Oh,
you do
100%
the same thing.
I do it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's weird because when you're at the mechanic and you're trying to equate that with doing a facelift, and the guy's looking at you like, I don't know what the hell you're saying, bro. Just sorry.
Right. This is just like when I'm doing a bypass surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't relate any of your tailoring to like skin, or they'll think you're Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why I call it the birthday suit alteration. That's the skin tailoring gets a little Silence of the Lambs.
Love it.
Cool, though,
yeah,
yes.
Love that, Samantha Woodhull.
Good question, Ms. Woodhull.
Love it. All right, this next one, I like the username.
Oh, I read this one before.
Gummy Candy for Life.
Yeah.
On episode 185, which was our top 5 of 2024, and she said, "I am on prep too, Amy. First time competitor here at age 53, coaching myself." Yeah. My goodness, Gummy Candy. And Gummy Candy makes great pre-workout. Get those fast carbs. Love it. I am super stoked for you.
So is Gummy Candy a company?
No.
Okay.
Just gummy bears? Gummy worms?
Ever since Sarah
Swedish
started
fish?
doing powerlifting, everything, now she gets those little bags of nerds, the little gummy
Yes.
nugget nerds, and it's
those nugget
become a problem in the house because they are so good that I keep stealing them.
What is it about nerds? They're so addictive, man.
I really like Nerd Rope back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
But it would get stale a lot of times when you'd find it. So these little nuggets that they make now, and I'm like, why'd you bring these into the house?
Like, what have you done?
It's gotten to be a problem.
See, that's why I like candy corn, because it's a once a year addiction.
Seasonal, yes.
I mean, I feel like I'm a fully developed human that's mature until my son brought gummy clusters, or no, nerd clusters home.
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's
Is that what you're talking about?
The clusters,
Yes.
the little nerd nuggets.
And I have one
Okay,
of
I'm gonna
those.
insert those here. Here, let me hover a gummy
There you
cluster.
go. Bink.
Dink.
And he brought that home, and I was like, what is this devil's food?
Yeah.
It's because it's that chewy, crunchy
Exactly,
combo.
yeah.
It is scientifically proven for you to get addicted after one bite. It's like the heroin of candy.
It is.
Yeah, which is already addictive.
Yes, it's heroin is addictive, Amy.
Yeah. No, I mean candy. Like
they're
the
both
sugar.
addictive.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you make it it's the texture, right? That's what candy corn gets
perfect.
me. The
I love
texture. That's why candy corn and peanuts.
Well, good luck.
Like,
Good luck with her.
Yes, thank you so much. And yes, super awesome. Love that you're a Masters competitor.
I like that she spelled your name AIM. I like that.
Well,
AIM.
she's AIM because that's what you call me all the time.
I know, but I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels very nicknamey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that sweet note, all your nerds candy note, brings us to the end of the episode for now. There's gonna be a part 2 because there were so many.
I just want to keep on going. These are so good.
Oh, there's some good ones coming up. There's some really technical ones coming up though. So definitely tune in next week, which is going to be April 1st. It is no joke. Oh my goodness, I'm so punny. It's the end of the day. All right.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a follow. Here are all our social media handles are in the little bubbles below, and they're also in the comments or in the description box below. If you would like to be included in our next episode, leave me a comment or send me a text 303-630-9038 and we will.
And if you're young and you have goals of being a famous plastic surgeon in cities like Nashville, come be our front desk person for a summer.
Oh, I got my front desk person right now. But
okay.
Yeah. Yep. Don't hit me up.
You can shadow me. We'll go to lunch. There we go.
But thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you here on April 1st.
Goodbye.